I want to just thank Tamara McCleary, who is our most recent guest on the podcast, who is such a strong leader and such a strong voice for building company cultures that are actually of service to customers, clients, but also of service to the members of their organization. She
Yeah.
talks about formalizing a servant purpose for your organization that isn't about the money you make or about the market share you have or about, quote, closing down competitors, et cetera, which unfortunately is a very competitive streak in Western thinking as well. But servant purpose is about how you are helping others, how you're building community, how you are helping other people thrive who may not have everything that you do now. So the servant purpose piece is literally about how do you serve others? And her company's servant purpose is crystal clear and it is inspiring for their staff. But she also talked about 3 pillars. And Mark, I'd love for you to talk about how she talked about the respect, clarity, and courage pillars that are the foundation of their culture at this small company.
Yeah. Well, Tamara is a student of company culture and a big fan of Good Comes First. So a lot of her work on the culture side within her agency is in part based on Good Comes First. And the first thing they talk about, and because they actually include servant purpose as a 4th pillar, and I can't wait to talk about that more, but it's servant purpose, respect, clarity, and courage. Now think about those things without even defining them yet, which by the way, Tamara can do off the top of her head. And you look, Chris, at, let's just take servant purpose all by itself right now. And you look at the guests that we've had so far on Mastering Workplace Culture, from Gary Ridge of the WD-40 company to Robert Payson of Radio Flyer to huge international organizations, to Susan Thorne organization that employs 20,000 people in Central California in the healthcare industry, all the way down to Boise State and what Caitlin Taylor brought to that team. Oh, and Amber Jordan at Desert Sage Health Center employs 75 people in a rural healthcare center. Every person, Chris, that we've had on the podcast so far, and I didn't even think about this until right then, is driven by servant purpose. There's something bigger than them. Even though they're the primary leaders, it's not about them. And every one of them, wouldn't it be fun to just let's go have a beer someday and talk about this, but every one of them put themselves, even as leaders of their own organizations, they put themselves well below their personal agenda. Didn't matter. They are completely, to a person, driven by this sense of purpose that we're serving others here. And again, you brought the civil service. I mean, service, what does it even mean to, in the state houses anymore, in the legislature anymore? They're not serving anybody. They all talk about it, but it's not getting done.